What's going on, guys? Just out delivering food on a Sunday. Just a few thoughts I played this weekend. You know, the more I play for the younger generations, say 30s or say 40 and under, the more I really can't stand playing for them. Well, they're okay. They can see the talent and the skill. But they don't tip. They don't tip musicians. And, you know, a lot of our income comes from tips when we do this. And we're certainly not going to do anything extra for no tips. And, you know, like I said, it's just not a joy to play for them. They don't have the same musical taste. They grew up playing video games. They listen to a lot of hip-hoppy bullshit. And I'm going to continue not learning any of their material because it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant in the life of a solo musician. It's irrelevant. Believe me, if you were a DJ, I'd say you need to know their music. But if you're a live musician, you don't need to play any of that crap. Because like I said, playing special songs or requests are for people who tip. And that is going to be people from basically Generation X and up. It's that simple. So my advice to you, if you are insane enough to want to get out there and do this, is to play that material. Play material and know how to read a crowd. Again, it struck me this weekend when I just do this automatically. Like I just get in the car and drive or get on, you know, automatically. I can look at a crowd and I automatically size them up. I see their ages, I see their age range, I see immediately the correct material to play, but not just for the ages. You have to look what they're doing. What time of day is it? Is it lunchtime? Are they eating? If they're eating, you have to play the right material for that. Tempo and intensity is a big factor when you're eating. If you're playing really intense tunes, that's irritating to somebody when they're trying to eat. They're trying to hang out. I mean, our job is to facilitate a vibe and give the diner and or patron an experience and not chase them out of the establishment because we are an added value for the establishment. So something to think about. It's not something you can just learn. You have to learn it by experience. And there was nobody telling anybody how to do this kind of stuff or giving tips. You know, so heed this advice. This is really good advice. I've been playing since the 80s. You know, it's very, very important to know your crowd. And it's not only the material, you have to know the specific circumstance. If you're playing a party, there's a certain vibe for that. If you're playing a wedding, there's a certain vibe for that. If you're playing dinner or happy hour, well, that's a little bit more peppy. That's a little bit more, you know, you don't want to play moribund or melancholy or slow tunes during a happy hour. You want to keep it peppy. It doesn't have to be crazy, but you know what I mean? You know, stuff like that. You want to keep it up. So there's a lot to this game if you want to be successful. And I would say about 75% of people out there are shit. They suck. They can't play, they can't sing. I should say they can barely play. If you can barely play, to me, you can't play. You know, if you can't play, can't sing, are pretty shitty performers. There are some people who can't play, can't sing, but are great in front of people. And believe it or not, they'll always have gigs. They always do. And another thing was, I don't know about you guys, I went into a place to actually pick up food. It was like Taco Shack or something like that. And they had karaoke going on. I don't know about you guys, any professional musician that I know that can sing and play, I would think when you walk in there, it would be like chalkboard down the board, nails on a chalkboard when it's just a whole out of tune. I can't imagine sitting in a bar while there's karaoke going on in there and having somebody amazingly out of tune singing without it just like it's like an ice pick into my temple. It was so bad I was cracking up about it the other day. And I asked my friend, I said, is it just me because I sing and play that bothers? It's gotta bother regular people on an unconscious basis. But then I realized I think 50% of people can't even hear tone. They can't even hear pitch. They don't understand relative pitch. I think a lot of people don't even know if they're in tune or not when they're singing in the shower. I don't know. Random thoughts for the day. by Sean Mormelo. So I hope you guys are doing well. You know, I hope you guys are practicing and playing a lot and kicking ass. And it's a nasty rainy day here. I'm just delivering food. Had a good weekend. Made decent tips. Not great because we got rained out a little bit on Friday. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.